Make sure you guys continue to follow me. Watch his YouTube video.
True School Sports.
True, you said True Sports?
True School Sports.
True School Sports. Make sure y'all watch his videos.
Yeah, we knew I was the A side. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah! Fucking one! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I wanted to talk about something interesting because with us being on quarantine with the whole coronavirus BS, it's giving me a lot of time to go back and revisit certain fights, certain fighters, certain things that happened in negotiations with old fights. So one person and one fight I've been exploring a lot of is Mayweather Canelo, because I've always heard all these things about Canelo and how he only lost because Floyd made him fight at a catch weight and all these things. So, I said, what, let me go back and look for myself. Let me not take the world's word for it. And I come to find out that Floyd Mayweather actually conceded to the diva-like demands of Golden Boy Promotions and Canelo Alvarez. And yeah, you're damn right I said it. Floyd Mayweather as the A side budged for Canelo's demands because he knew that he wouldn't get him in there under any other circumstances, and he still beat his ass. So listen, June 3rd, 2013, article on Boxing News 24 says Mayweather won at 147 and 150 for Canelo. Richard Schaefer negotiated for 152. So listen, let's go back in time, okay, for a second. Let's go in the Wayback Machine for a second. The year is 2013. Floyd Mayweather is the biggest pay-per-view attraction in the sport of boxing at that particular time. Canelo Alvarez is an up-and-coming star. He's fought on a couple Mayweather undercards, but he has not yet proven to be, nor is he at that time, a standalone pay-per-view draw. So the clear-cut A side in this fight is 1,000%, 1,000,000% Floyd Mayweather Jr. Okay, let's just establish that before we move any further. So naturally speaking, if he's the A side, he should be able to dictate whatever the hell he wants to dictate, because he earned the right to do that. He's the A side. That's how boxing's worked for years, and that's how it'll continue to work for years and years after Floyd. Okay, so he was obviously he was a welterweight. Canelo's a bigger fighter. Canelo should have came down to 147. I think if we just remove the names for a second, we can say to ourselves, you know what? Floyd Mayweather is the A side. Canelo should concede to his demands. Okay, 147. That's where you should fight. But you know what? They said no. They said Canelo's team, Golden Boy Promotions, Richard Schaefer, all parties involved. They said Canelo wasn't able to fight at that weight. So then Floyd targeted a 100. He said, you know what? You can't make 147. No problem. How about 150? So they said no, we can't make 150. Richard Schaefer had to step in, and he actually was able to successfully negotiate Canelo coming up fighting at 152. So not only did he prevent Canelo from draining himself all the way to 147, he actually got Canelo 2 extra pounds more in the fight, because it was 150, they wound up fighting on 152. And you know what's funny? All this has gotten lost in translation because a lot of people, myself included, have hated on Mayweather in the past and didn't actually look at the facts themselves. And it's been a while since I revisited any of this, and you forget some of this over the years because with all the fights going on, you kind of just forget all this. And that's what it was. So think about that for a second. This is Floyd Mayweather Jr. This is a guy that has, without Canelo in his career already, he's proven to be a standalone pay-per-view draw. He's boxed the likes of Ricky Hatton and Oscar De La Hoya and all these guys on big pay-per-view cards. He, whether you love him or you hate him, and trust me, I hated him from, I wasn't a big Mayweather fan for many years because I was a big Pacquiao fan. But whether you love him or hate him, this is a guy that, along with Manny Pacquiao, played a massive role in carrying the sport of boxing from a popularity standpoint, from the standpoint of drawing the casual fans, and he did. Whether you love him or not, this is the truth. You see what I'm saying? This is the truth of his career, whether you love it or not. in no way, shape, or form is he entitled to budge on any demands from Canelo. I don't care how big or how big of an upcoming star Canelo is. And at that time he was, but due in large part to him fighting on Mayweather's undercards, okay? So even his popularity in some way, shape, or form was a byproduct of him fighting on Floyd Mayweather's undercards, was a byproduct of him piggybacking off of the name, the Mayweather name, and the Mayweather success. And that's just objectively speaking. Okay, he was a big guy, Canelo, significantly bigger than Floyd. He couldn't make the 147 pound limit because even if you go back to his couple of fights before that, he was fighting as a full-fledged 54 pounder. He wasn't like this isn't like a couple of years before that where he was fighting at 147. You know, because many of us who've been following Canelo may remember that at one point in time he was a 47 pounder, but this was at this point in his career he wasn't. So the neighborhood for them to meet up to fight is 154 to 147. Okay, 154 to 147. Floyd said 150 and a half, which I think is reasonable. Canelo's team said no. So you know what? In boxing, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. Okay? And fair play to them. Richard Schaefer did a hell of a job. He did a remarkable job. And you know, I tip my cap to Richard Schaefer. He did what he had to do. And he actually got Canelo a pound and a half more to make the weight. And it really didn't mean a damn thing because when them lights came on, in Las Vegas, and the two competitors, Mayweather and Canelo, when they both came into the ring, we saw what the result was. It was an absolute boxing masterclass. The last virtuoso performance of Floyd Mayweather's boxing career, of his illustrious boxing career. And I thank him. I wanted to say thank you, Floyd. Thank you so much. You know, back then, it was whatever. I didn't really like Canelo back then. I wasn't a huge. I didn't hate Canelo, but I didn't really like him. I thought he was corny even back then. But I didn't like Mayweather either. So I watched the fight and I enjoyed the fight actually because it was a great performance from Floyd. But man, am I thankful now? Am I thankful now that Floyd did what he did on the night? Because how much crazier would the Canelo hype be if he would have beat Floyd Mayweather on that particular night? I mean, he didn't want to concede to none of the demands, which is fine. You know, Floyd put a rehydration clause in him as well of 160 to keep Canelo from coming in at 172 on fight night, which again, unlike Canelo, okay, and I want to differentiate the two because I don't like Canelo, but this is just reality. Floyd Mayweather earned the right to be a diva. You know, the dude fought in random casinos in Mississippi on Kirk Johnson undercards. The guy fought freaking Diego Corrales and Julio Luis Castillo twice, and Gennaro Hernandez and Emmanuel Augustus before he even got an HBO pay-per-view fight. You know, he didn't build his name off the backs of no fighter in boxing. Everything he got was because of his talent, his skills, and his dedication to the sport. It's not like Canelo who fought on the Mayweather undercard. So listen, this was for Canelo, and I want to just give you guys context. For Canelo in this case, this was his chance to do what Floyd did to Oscar all those years ago when Oscar fought Floyd. Oscar picked the gloves. Oscar was in charge of everything. Oscar dictated terms, and you know what Floyd did? Floyd said, "You know what? Fair play. I'm gonna follow your rules. When we get in that ring, I'm gonna beat you." And he did. It was a tough fight, but he beat him. So had Canelo actually beat Floyd Mayweather in this fight, then you could say without a shadow of a doubt that he was now in the driver's seat of boxing. And then from that point forward, he could dictate terms to whoever he fought, including Floyd, from that point moving forward. But he didn't. And that's why I say when he gets all this advantage and preferential treatment, like what did he do to earn it? What, be Mexican and sell a couple of pay-per-views? Like what did Canelo actually do to earn all this preferential treatment? You know, in the ring. You know, because with Floyd, he actually earned it in the ring. But I wanted to just revisit that because Floyd absolutely folded this dude up. The 2 pounds that Richard Schaefer negotiated and got for Canelo, it meant absolutely nothing at the end of the day. And I find that pretty hilarious. I know nobody talks about that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez and this whole, the whole catchweight negotiation that Richard Schaefer, the masterful negotiator, he got Canelo from 150 and a half to 152 to fight Floyd. You know, and the funny thing was at the time, people were worried that that pound and a half was gonna allow Canelo to feel stronger and beat up on Floyd, but that just wasn't the case. Floyd was too smart, too sharp, and ultimately just too good for Canelo. And I would argue that on that night, that version of Floyd wouldn't be any version of Canelo. But I digress. Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, like I say in every single one of these videos. You can love me or you can hate me, but I am just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.
My name is Rachel McDonough, and this is my friend. Hi, I'm Savannah, and we're here at the beautiful Madison Square Garden for the big fight.